Clarissa, you're following a volunteer group who has a very somber mission.
That's right, Jake. You know, there's been a lot of excitement around here the last few days because of President Biden's visit. But now there's a sense that everyone's getting back to the grim reality of dealing with this war, which is grinding on with a terribly high rate of attrition. So many people across this country are volunteering in all different kinds of ways. We met one man who is doing a job that, frankly, few would have the stamina to be able to do, but it means so very much to the families of soldiers who have been killed in action. Take a look. On most days, Oleg Repnoy sets out before dawn, part of a volunteer group called Bulldozer that transports the remains of Ukraine's fallen soldiers back to their families. At a morgue in the Kyiv suburb of Boryspil, a group of servicemen are waiting to meet the body of Private Alexei Litvinov. It's somber work, and the men move quickly. Repnoy hands over the soldiers' personal effects. At the moment, we have 18 bodies, he tells us, and each family wants to get them as soon as possible. So why do you do this work? Few people are willing to do this work for free, he says. And not everyone has the psyche for it. They are lonely, seemingly endless hours on the road as he crisscrosses the country. Emblazoned across the side of his truck is the number 200, a military term for the transport of dead bodies that dates back to Soviet times. On occasion, processions of people line up on their knees to greet the truck, a mark of respect for the dead. At a morgue in the city of Dnipro, Repnoy stops to pick up more bodies. Overwhelmed by the number of casualties, the hospital has taken to storing them in a shipping container in the parking lot. As the men work, mourning relatives file past. Ukraine does not release information on how many of its soldiers have been killed in action. But Repnoy says that his daily load has soared in recent weeks as fighting has raged in eastern Ukraine. Do you have any idea how many bodies you have taken back to their hometowns at this stage? In this van, he says, around 1,000. And now we're at a stage in the war where more and more Ukrainian soldiers are being killed. Are you seeing that? At the moment, yes, he tells us. Right now, it's a large amount. 36 hours after Repnoy drops off his body, Private Litvinov is given a proper funeral in Boryspil. Killed in the Donbass region on February 11th, his mother Marina can finally say goodbye to her son. How important was it to you to have his body returned so that you could give him this beautiful funeral today? The main thing is to have him at home, not laying somewhere eaten by birds. You understand how awful it is when people just disappear, she says. We cannot change anything, but thank God he is here, and I can come to visit him. This is the reason Repnoy does this work. But seeing the family's grief is also incredibly painful. The hardest part is when you drop them off, he says, when there are relatives present, to look them in the eye. It's very hard, he says. There's so much emotion, so many tears. But there's no time for tears tonight. Repnoy still has more bodies to deliver. And across Ukraine, many families are still waiting. Now, we spoke, Jake, to the head of Bulldozer, that's this volunteer group, and he told us that yesterday was an absolute record day, the highest number of bodies they had ever been instructed to collect and to try to move around the country to repatriate those remains to their family. A lot of the dead are coming from Bakhmut in the east and Donbass, where there has been heavy fighting and where there continues to be heavy fighting with no clear endpoint in sight. And that's why you're seeing Ukrainian officials pushing so hard for heavier weaponry, Jake.